Happy Saturday. This is Shari from Style by Color. Last week we had an amazing 3-day, which turned into 5-day workshop to kick off the closet outfit planner for fall. Well, one of the messages on bonus day was from Nasa Thorell, who many of you, if you're in our closet outfit planner community, you know who she is. If you were a part of the workshop last week, you know who she is. But there are many of you who watch this channel who don't know who she is. Well, she gave the most spectacular message regarding the relationship that we have with our wardrobes. It was so good, I just knew that I wanted all of you to see it. And maybe you've seen it before, but you have to see it again. It just happened last week. So if you have never watched anything on my channel before, I am so glad to kick off this message with you. And I hope you'll subscribe to this channel. Take a minute right now and hit that little button. But without further ado, I want to take you to Nasa Thorell.
As I was putting together this presentation on the Luxe Wardrobe, there were so many different directions that I could go. But I kept coming back to this one piece that I feel is really necessary at the beginning. It's kind of the elephant in the closet, if you will, like not a literal elephant, but it is something that I think we all maybe struggle with to a certain degree. And it's the way that we think about our clothes. It's the mindset. It's our attitude about wardrobe and fashion and clothing and style and our own bodies and how we think about the clothes that we buy. So if you give me just a few moments before we get into the actual presentation, I want to open our dialogue. I want to open our conversation with just kind of putting this out there. What I am hoping is that by the end of our time together, you will have a different perspective. Maybe you'll have a fresh perspective on how you think about the items that you put into your closet. I know for myself, in the past, there were some things that were said that were not very nice. They were kind of unkind, and those things hurt. They actually hurt a lot. One of the things that was said to me was in college, like two of my buddies, they were my buddies. And I overheard them talking about me and how wide my hips were. And I was thinking, really? Seriously? You are my friends. Like we do stuff together. We go to football games and you're assessing my body shape? Really? Does that matter? But it hurt. It wounded me so much so that 40 some odd years later, I still remembered that. And in the years since then, I've heard other statements. Are you going to wear that? Why are you wearing that? Really? You're going to wear that? You sure you don't want to go change clothes? Like people say things to us that are thoughtless. Sometimes they're overtly unkind. Sometimes they're very negative and rude. And we take that all in and we process them emotionally. And we do have an emotional relationship with our clothes. It can be a healthy emotion or it can be an unhealthy emotion. And quite often, those negative statements, those unkind or thoughtless comments that people have made to us, around us, behind us, and we hear them, that actually affects and influences how we then approach our wardrobe. I do believe that there are times when, because it hurts when people say things like that, we tell ourselves, oh, I'm never going to let that happen again, because it doesn't feel good. And therefore, we put limits on what we choose to wear because we want to be so, just nice in our outfits that no one could possibly say anything negative or unkind about what we are wearing. But ladies, when people say those things, it's not really about us, it's about them. Joyce Myers, I heard her once say, hurting people hurt other people. And when someone says something negative or unkind to you about the clothes that you're wearing or your hairstyle or whatever it is, it says more about them. You're just kind of in the way, but they are speaking from a negative place in their own life. And you just happen to be on the receiving end of something that they are going through. And yet we process it emotionally and we allow it sometimes to fester and to create false beliefs, false opinions, negative beliefs about ourselves, our body, our wardrobe, and all of those things. So, this is what I am hoping by the end of our conversation. You will have a different attitude about your clothes because maybe this resonates with someone, and maybe you realize that you have not allowed yourself to step into who you authentically are because of something very thoughtless that was said to you in the past. All of us are on a style journey, every single one of us. And actually, it begins at birth. If you think about what happens, babies are born, they're tidied up, and then they're put in a diaper. They're swaddled in a beautiful, soft flannel, cozy blanket. They're given a bracelet. They sometimes get a little hat and mittens on their hands. So, from almost the beginning of our entry into this world, we are put in a bottom, a layering piece, and accessories. And it doesn't stop from there. And we are on this journey of discovering what it is that we love to wear, what looks the most beautiful on us, and what makes us feel good when we wear our clothes, when we put together our outfits. One reason why we love the Closet Outfit Planner and believe in it so much is that it really does address every single one of these aspects of your appearance and building an outfit. And it helps you to navigate what's happening in the fashion industry. Fashion is constantly changing. It is in perpetual motion. It never stops. It is truly a juggernaut all around the world. Billions and billions of dollars are involved in this industry. So many people are employed by it. The fashion designers are trying to give us something new and fresh. So things are always changing. Your wardrobe is never going to be done. It's never going to be set. You are always going to be rotating things in and taking things out. But we're going to talk about that in the context of a luxe wardrobe. Now, when you heard that the topic today was Luxe Wardrobe, you may have thought, well, okay, that sounds interesting, but it's not really my jam. Like, I don't wear designer clothes. I don't have a designer budget. I don't have a fancy lifestyle. I don't go out much. I don't entertain. I live in a small town. I don't have great shopping. Like, do you hear how all of these are negative statements? They are limiting beliefs that really don't apply because a luxe wardrobe is not about the designer label in the back of your garment. It's not about how much you spend on the garment. It's really just about making sure that every piece in your wardrobe fits you and you are excited to wear those clothes. And your luxe wardrobe is going to look completely different from my luxe wardrobe and every other woman in this community. As we go on our style journey, and as I said, we are all on a style journey and we are at different phases. Some of you are just beginning. Like, this is the first time in your life that you really feel like you want to learn about how to dress for your body shape, how to wear the most beautiful colors. Some of you have been in the community for a while and you've got some things figured out. And then some of you just have that natural ability, or you've been a lover of fashion and style for many, many, many years, and you're pretty good. So all you work on is just fine tuning and finessing. But no matter where you are in your journey, there is always something new to learn. And I just want to leave you with this last thought. Kim and Shari and I, we're on a style journey as well. If you were to have seen, well, you probably did, but if you remembered our wardrobes 3 years ago, They were very different from what we wear now because we have even sort of refined our taste. We've changed the way we view our wardrobes, our authentic style personalities, and we have stepped more fully into that. Kim has been very open about her journey, and so has Shari. And I know for myself, I think back to what I was wearing 3 years ago, and I think, wow, that was nice, and it fit me then. But what I'm wearing now is so much more authentically me, and that's what we want for you. So I hope we kind of have this mindset piece in place and that you open yourself up to thinking about your wardrobe, your approach to clothing, your attitude about clothing a little differently than maybe you have in the past. So let me share my screen and we will get right into the presentation. There we go. A little slow today. Maybe needs a cup of coffee. So this is the Luxe Wardrobe, 3 days to impeccable style, and a little bit about who I am and why I have the honor of being here to share with you. Some of you know me through the Closet Outfit Planner community, but I am the creative Contessa on the Style by Color leadership team. And that means that I get to have my hand in a lot of the projects that happen behind the scenes, and I get to have creative input, and I absolutely love that. I am the challenge designer for all of the challenges that we do within the Closet Outfit Planner community, and I'm a regular contributor. I've been a Christian image consultant since 2021. Recently, I became the owner, designer, decorator of the Fashion House Retreat Getaway. That's an opportunity that God has sort of dropped in my lap, and I can't wait to see what he does with that. I've been a style fashionista from birth. There's no question about it. I am the wife of Alan, the mother of 4 sons, and a dog mom to an adorable little fluff ball named Gucci. So who can wear Luxe? Absolutely everyone. Every woman should and can have a Luxe wardrobe because it is about how you look in your clothes, how you feel in your clothes, and how you feel about your clothes. So it's about the choices that you make, not the amount of money that you spend. And a Luxe wardrobe is one that only you can wear. It is very personalized because it has been carefully curated by you to fit your lifestyle and your budget. So put in the chat, are you at the beginning of your style journey? Or have you been with us for a little while and you feel like you're making good progress, but you are definitely a work in progress? And remember, we always say in the Closet Outfit Planner community, it's progress, not perfection. There is no such thing as perfection in style or fashion. So we're all just trying to make progress in our understanding of what looks best on us and what we love to wear authentically. Or are you like number 3? Do you feel like you are in a really good place and you're happy with where you are and just looking forward to fine-tuning? So let's actually start at the beginning. Now, we're not going to go all the way back to the birthing suite, but there is a fashion heritage because quite often the way that we think about clothes and fashion is just kind of been picked up organically by the environment that we were in growing up. Maybe we had fashion influences that were mothers, grandmothers, older sisters, best friends. There are just people around us. As we're children, we don't know what fashion is supposed to be. We know that we are getting dressed every day, but there are influences that affect our mindset later in life. So, what did you learn about clothes growing up? Who taught you about fashion? Did you have someone in your family who sewed a lot and you got to be a part of that process of designing and choosing the fabrics and the patterns? And do those early influences affect you today still? Because I think for many of us, it does. I absolutely fell in love with this quote from Kate Spade. She said, playing dress up begins at age 5. and it never truly ends. And I know for me, that is absolutely the case. At 5 years old, I was making faux leather evening gowns for my troll dolls, y'all. I mean, I shudder at the thought now, but that's just been a part of what I have loved to do. And my mother sewed, and she had beautiful taste in clothing, and she influenced me in a positive way in that aspect to my style journey. Our style is expressive. So, what you are wearing tells a story about who you are, whether you intend it to or not. Trust me, when people see you before you say a word, they are thinking about you in terms of what you do, maybe what you enjoy doing. If you're a gardener and you're always at the garden center and you are, you've got on whatever you wear in the garden, and it's very clear that you're out there pulling weeds and planting new plants, people are forming that story about you. If we look at this beautiful woman here, we can think many stories about her. She's an influencer. She's a CEO. She's a model. She owns her own business, but she is elegant. She is stunning, and she is luxe from head to toe. So, what do your clothes say about you? What do you think they say? And are your clothes saying something about you intentionally or not intentionally? Like you don't ever even really think about that when you get dressed. If you know who Marc Jacobs is, he's a very fine fashion designer. He was actually the creative director at Louis Vuitton until 2014. And he even realizes this. To me, he said, clothing is a form of self-expression. There are hints about who you are in what you wear. Whether they're fancy clothes or everyday clothes, your clothes are telling a story about who you are. So, what is luxe to you? When you first think of that word, when you heard the Luxe Wardrobe, what came to mind? Just instant reaction. What does luxe look like in terms of a wardrobe to you? Now, I've put together some words here in this word bank, and I absolutely love all of these words. Now, they don't necessarily apply to my wardrobe, but I think they're fantastic words. Sumptuous, posh. I love that word, posh. Fancy, ritzy, classy, stylish, refined, special, beautiful, epic, right? Don't Wouldn't it be fun to have an epic wardrobe? Oh my goodness. Striking, stunning, polished, grand, pretty, glamorous, or brilliant. So many great words. Think about what you would like your luxe wardrobe to look like. Now, I want you to write words that describe your wardrobe as it is now. Just put the first words that come to mind. Don't overthink it. I know we have some introverts and some deep thinkers in our community. Just gut reaction. What are the first words you would use to describe your wardrobe? My guess is, from my years being in the closet outfit planner community, you're probably using words like comfortable, relaxed, everyday, just wearable. But what I hope you see by the end of this presentation is that a wearable wardrobe can be many, many things. It can be casual and classy, relaxed and refined, practical and polished, livable and still lavish. It can be everyday wearable and still be elevated, and it can be affordable and fabulous. Like we don't have to limit ourselves in how we think about our fashion. It can be many things at once. It's really just about the choices that we make when we buy our clothes. So, are you struggling to overcome some limiting beliefs from the past? Do you tell yourself that your clothing choices, because they're affordable, they can't be fabulous? These are just internal questions to think about as you think about how you curate your personal wardrobe. Now, this fall, oh my goodness gracious, what the fashion industry has given us is so luxurious on its own that it's really quite easy to boost that luxe factor in your wardrobe simply by buying a few key pieces. We have these just luxurious colors and sumptuous fabrics. It's all about the texture. It's such a tactile offering that we have in the stores. Shari used that word, and I loved that word. The faux furs, the yarn craft, the boucle and the tweed, these nubby tweeds, charmeuse and satin and silk and fur and leather. I mean, it's just yummy. All you have to do is add a few of these to your wardrobe, and you will instantly add a luxe factor to many of your outfits. If we look at this woman, she is luxe from head to toe. And she's basically just wearing a suit and some sneakers and earrings. There's nothing really over the top about what she's wearing, but she chose the pieces so well. And the drape, the fabric of that jacket and those pants is lovely. It has that luxe factor without screaming, I'm expensive or I'm over the top. She is just elegant and luxe. So luxe is in the details. And I share these with you because as you go shopping with your planner and you begin picking up pieces for your fall wardrobe, look for these details because adding these to the items, the garments that you buy is instantly going to boost the luxe factor of your wardrobe. Look for fine fabrics. And what do I mean by that? Well, there's a lot of fast fashion and it has its place in the style world for sure. But there is a difference in how recycled bottles and polyester feels on our skin compared to, say, 100% cotton or a silk. There's just a difference. And even in, say, cotton, there are different grades and levels. There's like nice, nicer, nicest, good, better, best. Quite often, there is a little bit of a price jump. Sometimes it's a large price jump, but we don't want you to get a second mortgage just to buy clothes. We want you to buy the best quality that you can afford on your budget. And only you know that. And it doesn't matter to us what you spend on your clothes. We just want you to be an informed and aware purchaser of your garments. Unusual buttons, that definitely adds a luxe feature. You can even go to the fabric store and pick up some beautiful buttons and just swap out the buttons on a garment that you already have. But look for unusual buttons. Maybe they're leather, wood, differently shaped, stamped metal, glass, rhinestone. There's some kind of extra detail. It's subtle, but it's beautiful. And people will notice because it just adds a little bit of extra something, something to what you wear. Sumptuous materials like these velvet shoes. Oh my gosh, are these velvet mules not amazing? They have that maximalist bow with the extra embroidery and on the top, and then this gorgeous blue velvet. Look for those kinds of details. Garments with extra accents. I love this green blouse. And one thing I want to point out about the green blouse, it probably is like a linen blend, but you can tell it's a nice fabric because of just the cascading drape on those ruffles. Not only is it just in the styling details of the blouse, but it's also how the fabric falls. And then it has the embroidery at the bottom. And then what I want to point out to you is that if you notice, there is seaming, a lot of vertical seaming. So that blouse had many pattern pieces, and quite often nicer quality pieces are going to have more pattern pieces. They're more expensive to produce, but they actually will fit better on the body, and it just adds that luxe factor, something to look for. Texture, like in our jewelry, and in this handbag, Shari mentioned monochromatic dressing. That is a monochromatic bag, but if you will notice, there are three different types of leather in that bag. We have suede in the body, smooth leather in the strap, and then embossed leather in the flap. And in addition to that, there's some beautiful but subtle details in the rivets and the buckle. All those little details make a difference. So what I wanted to show you now is a side by side of a very nice but ordinary garment compared to or contrasted to a garment that has a little bit of an extraordinary feature to it. I won't walk through all of these. I think you can tell from your by just looking at it for yourself. But I do want to point out the two ladies in the middle in the jackets. The brown jacket, the tan jacket, it's a very nice, very wearable jacket. But when you compare it to the black floral jacket or blazer, you see such a stark contrast. Now, I don't know where that blazer came from. However, I have seen something very similar to it on Amazon, and that was not a super expensive blazer, but it definitely had that luxe factor to it because of just the way it was patterned, the way it was made, and the fabric choice that went into the jacket. Is it for everyone? No, but I just want you to see the difference. And I do want to point out the shoes because many of us need to wear practical shoes, but remember, practical can still be polished. And those leather flats in the top and the middle, those bone colored leather flats, I'm sure they are beautiful shoes and very, very comfortable to wear. But when you compare those to the other three, you see that there's a difference in the luxe factor just by changing the material using a velvet material. Remember that textured material, the contrast color in the toe cap, the buckle in the driving slipper, and the rivets, the grosgrain bow, like all of those extra little details definitely boost the luxe factor. And even just to our beautiful ladies who are wearing jeans and a t-shirt, throwing a blazer on top of jeans and a t-shirt and wearing jeans that are more on trend than those others, just it looks more luxe. So there are really two approaches to luxe, two looks of luxe, if you will. There's a minimalist approach and a more grand approach. And I used the photos of these closets. One, they're both gorgeous. Like I would love to have either one of those. But a closet is really just the container for our wardrobes. And the closet I thought was a good representation of our approach to our clothes. They're just beautiful. Both of these are beautiful. But you will notice that the clothing choices that this person made fit into either one. One had more space, one had less space. And I do think sometimes we fill the space we have, even if we don't need to. So are you more of a minimalist in your approach or more of a maximalist, at least as far as the quantity of clothes that you have in your closet? So I want to compare more or less. Now, more is where I found myself. I think I'm not alone when I say this because we hear it all the time. I'm overwhelmed by everything that I have in my closet. Well, yes, because our closets essentially became collected chaos. We are very good about bringing new things in and not so good about taking things out. Our bodies change, our lifestyles do change, our hair coloring changes, so our color code changes, and we need to just let go of those things that no longer fit because a cluttered closet is not luxurious, and a cluttered closet does not make us excited to go to the closet. We want you to be at the place where when you walk up to your closet, you go, I can't wait to put together something to wear today instead of, am I going to be able to find anything to wear today? I've been there, ladies. I've been there. So that was the voice of experience there. That hit a little close to home. But unnecessary pieces in our wardrobe just create overwhelm and they create outfit confusion. If you have 10 red blouses, you can only wear one at a time. Do you really need 10? But how much time is it going to take you to sift through those 10 to figure out which one red blouse you are going to wear that day? You probably only need two. One that is maybe cotton or linen for every day, and maybe one that is silk or charmeuse for your fancier outfits. And that will serve you well. Buying more things that we don't need, that we will never wear just because we bought them or they were on sale or they look good on somebody else, buying those things wastes money. Less is what I call more of a modern minimalism. It is thoughtful, it is intentional, and it is very carefully curated. It's what we call the capsule wardrobe. And that is what the Closet Outfit Planner helps you to know with confidence. You know what to keep and you know what to let go of. Every piece has a reason to be in your closet, and you can buy fewer but better pieces and still save money. Modern minimalism is discerning. It saves time getting dressed. It saves money by reducing unnecessary purchases. It saves space, reduces clutter. It creates this beautiful, breathable space in your closet. And it does allow you to invest in quality over quantity. So let's talk about the money piece, because we really do have to address that. I want you to think about what you spend on your pieces. Now, I know what I have done in the past a lot is I tried to stretch out my expenditures, and I would buy many less expensive items because that $20, $30, $40 fit into the household budget more easily than if I were to go and make a $200 expenditure. So I didn't even allow myself to think that I could do that or should do that. I put a limiting belief around myself because I didn't really consider the cost. I would be spending the same amount of money either way. It's just a matter then of whether I have 6 handbags and I can only use one at a time, or I have one really great leather bag, maybe a designer bag that is going to carry me forward for many years to come. It's the same with a great pair of jeans. I know they cost money. I know that. And they cost more this year than they did last year. But one pair of really sensational jeans will cost you about the same as multiple pair of less expensive jeans. And one really great statement necklace is going to carry you forward, and you're going to spend the same amount of money as you do on all of that costume jewelry. So let's actually break it down. If you think about what you spend on a monthly basis, on a regular basis, I'm just using a round number. So I pulled $100 because I think that's actually not out of the realm of possibility. Can't really find great shoes for less than $100. I mean, you can if they're on sale, but especially if you're a person who needs high quality shoes because you're on your feet all the time or you have foot issues, like you know what some of these items cost. But let's just say you spend $100 a month, you're going to spend $1,200 in a year. If you were to spend $165 a month, that would give you a $2,000 budget. Now, some of you get your planner, your seasonal planner, and you buy everything up front, and then you are good to go for the next 3 months. You might spend $300 at the beginning of the season or $500, and that equates the same to spending $1,200 annually or $2,000 annually. But here's what I want to show you about what you get for this amount of budget. With a $1,200 budget, annual budget, you could get one great pair of jeans, one great pair of pants, a really nice handbag, 2 pairs of shoes for $100 each, 4 tops at $75 each, a nice jacket, a nice statement necklace, and 2 bras. Okay, now this is your public service announcement, and I'm going to park on this for a moment because I can't be more serious about how important it is to build the cost, the expense, the investment of new bras into your annual budget. Ladies, the majority of women in this country are wearing the wrong size bra. They say it's about 70%. About 70% of women are wearing the wrong size bra. And of those women, the majority are wearing bras that are too small. And quite often we wear bras that are too old. They no longer have the support that they did when we first bought them. And the girls they're not where they're supposed to be. Now, there's a reason why bras were called foundational pieces. It's the foundation department, lingerie bras, the foundation department, because those bras are the foundation of our wardrobe, of our garments. When we put on a well-fitting bra and the girls are where they're supposed to be, whatever we put on top, whether it's a dress or a blouse or a sweater, it makes us look younger, it makes us look thinner, and it makes the garment look better. Okay, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm saying it anyway. The fashion industry does not design garments with our bust line down here. They design on a mannequin where the bust line is where it's supposed to be, and we need to make sure that our bust line is where it's supposed to be as well. And new bras are really properly sized bras are the only way to do that. So, okay, thank you for putting up with that little PSA there, but I really feel like this is an area where we don't want to spend money on bras. We want to spend money on the fun stuff. All right. We'd much rather have a new handbag than a new bra, but we have to invest in this. It's foundational to the rest of our wardrobe. For $2,000, you just get more of everything and you get to spend a little bit more on each item. And what I also want you to understand is that this is not your entire wardrobe. This is what you are adding to what you already have. And as you bring these new pieces in, you get to take the old pieces out so that you are improving that luxe factor with every new piece that you bring in. You bring in something fresh with a new luxe factor, and you take the old piece out. Where to spend, where to invest? We get asked this question a lot. This is what we recommend. And in the Closet Outfit Planner, we break down your pieces into core pieces and trend pieces. We want you to invest in your impeccable core pieces. This is not an official list. This is just a list of garments and accessories. I don't have any accessories on there, but this is a list that I came up with from my 3 years in the Closet Outfit Planner. What I have seen come through the planner season after season after season. If you invest in these pieces and keep them as your core staples, your essential pieces in your closet, you will be well served by investing in these, because you're going to carry them forward for 3, 4, even 5 years, as long as they are still on trend and the style still works for what's happening in that current environment. Splurge on your seasonal pieces, and you do need to have seasonal pieces in each outfit, because it's the seasonal pieces that keep you looking current and fresh. But we don't want you to invest heavily in seasonal pieces, because we know that those are only going to be around maybe a year, possibly 2, but we really only expect seasonal trends to last for a year or 2. So do you have any favorite core pieces in your wardrobe right now? Those staple items that you absolutely could not live without? Put it in the chat. Let us know. What is it that is one of the go-to items that you have in your wardrobe right now? And is there a fall trend that you're thinking you may try for the first time? We'd love to know that too. So many great things to choose from. Shop smart, ladies. Shop smart. Do not succumb to sales just because it's a sale. Have a plan. And the Closet Outfit Planner is that ideal plan for you. We have the closet inventory. You go through your closet, you determine what you have, you make a list of what you need, and then when you hit the sales, you are an informed consumer. I am the queen of the orphaned cart. I know retailers see me coming and they're like, oh, she's not going to buy. Because here's what I do. I get those same emails that you get. My emails going ding, ding, ding. And it's all these amazing sales, 40 off, 50 off, 75 off. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's so fun to sit in front of the computer and to shop. And what am I going to find? It's like the thrill of the hunt. Am I going to find this incredible piece that I can't wait to spend? Like, am I going to find those $250 jeans on sale for $19.99? No, probably not. But what I do when I find things that I like is I put them in my cart and then I walk away. I go to my closet and I scan my closet. And quite often, what I find is that the things that I put in my cart, I actually already had something very similar in my closet. I don't need two of the same things, no matter how good the price is. And I go back and I either just delete the cart or I remove the items. And please be willing to return something if it comes and it doesn't work for you. Be aware of what the return deadline is and send that item back. Otherwise, it just adds to your collected chaos. And that is not luxe. Remember, the cluttered closet is not a luxe closet. And I just want to give you this thought as well. Retailers are discounting their old inventory because they want it to move so that they have room to bring in the new styles, the current trends. And we want you to be current and on trend. So ask yourself these tough questions. Why am I actually buying this? Do I really need it? Or is it just such a great deal? I can't pass it up, right? What is it that is motivating you to actually buy that item? Will you wear it? Do you already have something like it? If you've already got 10 red blouses, trust me, girlfriend, you do not need an 11th. You don't. Would you pay full price for it? This is a question I ask myself a lot. If I love something so much that I am willing to spend full price for it, then if I can get it at a deal, that was like a huge blessing. And can you replace a less luxe item in your wardrobe with that new item? Now, if that's the case, then woohoo, like that is hitting the jackpot. That's a win-win all the way around. But when you bring new things in, do try to ask yourself, what can I take out? So what is in your closet right now? A luxe wardrobe is effortless. It is practical because you are wearing everything you have, and it makes you feel beautiful. So assess each piece. Do you feel special when you wear your clothes? I want you to go through your wardrobe now with a fresh perspective. Kind of have that luxe mindset and look at the pieces in your closet. Do they have those extra special little details? Regardless of what type of lifestyle you have or wardrobe you wear on a daily basis, just give your clothes the once over. And do they have any kind of luxe feature to them? Or is it something that maybe you want to shop for with the fall planner? Give yourself permission to let go of pieces that don't make you feel special, and give yourself permission to think of your clothes as an investment in yourself, because that's what they are. And remember how I said we are emotionally attached to our clothes? And a lot of that is the emotion. Quite often we select pieces that they feel an emotional need over here, but they may not be the best possible piece for us, right? We can have an unhealthy relationship with our clothes. We can have a healthy relationship with our clothes. The luxe wardrobe fits. It just fits in every way. It fits your lifestyle, your budget, your personality, your impeccable style, and it fits in your closet. If you wear things you adore, you just look better. The Luxe Wardrobe is a thoughtful investment in the right pieces for you. regardless of cost, instead of a random collection of impulse purchases. So the Closet Outfit Planner, I believe with my whole heart, is your ultimate luxe wardrobe creation tool. It is how you are going to know how to navigate through all of the beautiful offerings out there this year in the stores. So many temptations. But if you have a plan, if you know what you have, if you know what you need, if you know what you want to replace, and now you know what luxe details to look for, you are going to be a very savvy shopper. It's $39, y'all. That's $13 a month. Like, for all of the things that it offers you, the style personality, the body shape guide, all of those things, you just absolutely cannot beat it for what it offers to you. So that was a lot. Thank you so much for sticking with me. And I hope that maybe I have shared some insight that will help you have a different idea or thought about your clothes or your wardrobe or even your spending habits, because it is important that we be good stewards, that we be responsible with the money that we invest in our clothes. But we should never put ourselves in a box, in a limiting box. We need to really work through those limiting beliefs, those negative and false beliefs about what we should be wearing. We deserve to look our best. Life is hard. Life is really hard. And we have to make hard choices every day. But what we wear, what we put on in the morning shouldn't be that hard. And using the Closet Outfit Planner will help you know what to have and what to enjoy in your ideal luxe wardrobe. We hope that it has been beneficial to you. That is really our heart, is to help women in their style journey, because we love when we see the light bulbs go off and we see women step into truly their authentic and most beautiful style. So thank you for joining me. Have a great day, and bye for now.